Hello, Dark Days tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Ogre Battle with me, Bloancula. We're going to do the Slums of Zenobia today, but before we do that, I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to try not to spend too long to do a quick squad recap, because as I explained in the last episode, I was between episode doing a bit of stat farming, alignment dropping, unit building stuff. So, let's have a look, and we'll do a couple things here quick. So first off, we have more squads than before by about 5 or 6. And specifically evil units. So this one, this is going to be a forest evil unit, a high sky evil unit, a low sky evil unit, a forest evil unit, and another low sky evil unit. So this would give us, I think, 5 sort of default, well, 4 sort of normal evil units, and then a high sky unit. The high sky unit is kind of going to balance from our old Griffin group. Apparently Griffins can carry giants around and still be high sky, so that's kind of cool. We're going to try that out. So this is a high alignment high fly and a low alignment high sky. This dragon unit will be neutral, so they're going to be red dragons. This dragon unit will be silver and cold, so they'll be high alignment dragons. The puppies will probably be low alignment, and they'll kind of balance off. I've got, sort of similar to the 4 evil units, I've kind of got 4 good units, high alignment for the most part, as well as the my main squad. We'll also have a high alignment water unit, and I will have a second water unit eventually once we have mermaids, probably. We'll see what I do. And then that leaves the ones in the middle. I don't know how effective these will be. Well, I know how effective this one will be, but you guys might be able to guess what I'm going to do there. But these ones with the golems up front, I don't know. I've never really tried this before because in normal Ogre Battle, golems are pretty bad, but I think I'm getting more HP growth in this modified ROM balance, the army balancing mod, so I have a feeling they're going to be better now. So anyway, let's have a quick look at some of our units. I've moved some people around. So in my main squad, I still have Lands, but Eric has moved. And I'm actually going to, well, we'll keep Sandy for now, but I'm going to give her a mermaid unit eventually. And Greg specifically asked to be in my unit, so I'll leave him. But I am going to try to give most people their own unit. And I'm actually going to possibly make my personal unit be filled with hero characters like Lands. As we'll see, we're going to get quite a few of them. And I don't need their full squads. I've got tons of soldiers already. I'll fill in the heroes into our existing squads for the most part. So this will be Kid's unit. I think Rat, yes, Rat is another one who's got a named unit. I just don't have a spot for him to lead one just yet. I might be able to manage 1 or 2 more, groups possibly, but we're getting to the point where I've got kind of almost too many of them, and I still have 1 or 2 more. We need to have like an angel group at some point and something like that. So I don't want to have, well, if I make too many groups, then they just don't get used hardly ever. So anyway, this is actually our only like melee unit that I'm going to have leading a group, because as I explained, having them in the front just means they get targeted and killed quickly. If I put them in the back row, that doesn't happen so easily. Now, samurais are cool. I think you guys have seen I think it's pronounced Ianuki or Ianuki or something like that. But it does damage to the wielder of it, so Kid will actually take damage from that attack, but it does a lot of damage, so it's important to pair them up with a cleric if you want a samurai in the back row. We have Guy's unit, who is a Valkyrie at the moment, and Scion. This is Scion's old unit, but like I said, it's tough to have melee units be the leader, so, and also you're going to see something cool with Guy in a minute. And I think that's the only, so there's only 2 named characters here. Also, I'm trying to look at the stats. You guys can see what's happened to the stats while we're between episodes. Most of the good characters have high alignment now. I can't do that with the dull mages. They need to stay between 50 and 80 to promote to alchemists. So I have to be very careful with them if I want that to work. We've got Scarlet's unit. So Scarlet, you're gonna probably have a class change in a minute. And Vader is another new name that requested specifically to be in Scarlet's unit. So I put them together. and that's totally cool, nothing wrong there. Like I said, I like to give you your own named unit, your leader of a unit, if I can, so you can see it in battle, but if you would like something different, it's totally cool. This is Badam's unit, and I think Tommy is a named character as well. We don't have a unit for him yet either. And then, of course, there's Canopus, and I liked having Canopus as the team lead because he has the better luck, which means more item drops and loot and stuff. But for a reason you'll see shortly, Badam needs to be the leader. I think these units are very much the same as they were before. No, Vanilla used to have 2 giants. I split his giants up, and I put him in charge of one of the wizard plus golem units. And we've got witches. I had to very carefully drop the witches' alignment. If their alignment is not below 30, they cannot promote. And witches don't actually do damage in the back row or kill anything ever, so their alignment won't ever move. And once you have below 50 alignment, the female classes, you can only be a witch. So what I did was I took a low-level Amazon, turned them to a Valkyrie at like level 4 or 5 with 50 or 55 alignment, and then as a Valkyrie, they could get kills. I dropped their alignment down and then switched them to a witch after the alignment was about the right level. So be careful if you're playing the rebalance mod. It's tricky to get witches low alignment, in my opinion. And I've got the wizards all set up at level 10. This is Thunder's unit. Xavier is another one that requested to not be the leader, so here he is. And you may notice Geist is no longer one of our witches here. So that's basically mirror units. Phantom is the unit that wanted to be called Evil Dead, but that name didn't exist. And you're about to see a very cool thing with him as well. Riddle is another character with the good dragons. I've explained it in the comments, but let's just clear this up on camera. Wild Men will turn into Beastmasters at, I don't know what level, 12 or 14 or something. And their alignment range is fairly broad. I think it can be between 15 and 70, so it's not too hard, but they still have to be neutral. They can't be at one of the poles. With that, once we use the item, the Stone of Dragos, which we've got a couple of those, I can turn them into Dragon Tamers. But then if I want to turn them into Dragon Masters, which is their final level, which I believe is like level 20, so it's a long way away. But the only way they can turn into a Dragon Master is if their alignment is between 40 and 60, which is very, very hard to hold on to in the end game. So I can probably turn some people into Beastmasters and Dragon Tamers, but Dragon Masters might be unobtainable. We'll see. Anyway, we've got Dino with his Hellhound brethren. I should just name them all Dino, so all 3 of them are the same. That'd be appropriate. Chris is another new one. This used to be a different person's name, but I've moved some people around, like I said. So I had some requests, and so I tried to match people up as best I could, and I tried to get everyone their own squad. So we still have a Griffin with Gale, but I put the Giant up front to get some physical hits in, and this is still a very high alignment unit. You're not going to see these guys fighting well during the night, but they should move quickly, and hopefully it's a little bit better balanced. If the Giant really doesn't work out, I'll put 2 more small units in this group, and that might be what finally balances them out. So, what you're really excited is to see all these new units in the back. Oh yeah, Scott, by the way, this is another named character with his dragons. I just recruited these. I think you can recruit them at level 8 or 7 in one of the last maps. So the reason they have base level charisma and alignment is because they've never killed anything. So we've got imps. I think I showed you where you can recruit imps. I'm pretty sure this was on Pogrom Forest. And I did what I said I was going to do between episodes. So if you don't know what I did, check the last episode out. But I very, very carefully arranged some male units to have very low alignment and very high charisma so they can continue promotions. And I think this is good. Now, brutes will turn into Dark Knights. I'm usually not a fan of them in the vanilla game, but I know the rebalance mod makes them stronger. And ninjas are actually pretty cool. They don't get a lot of strength or intelligence, which is like their main... If they're in the front row, you need strength to do damage, and if they're in the back row, they need intelligence to do damage. So I'm leaving them in the back row for now, because ninjutsu is kind of like a wizard's magic. But they won't do as much damage with it, unfortunately. So I might end up putting them in the front row, or one of them in the front row. We'll see how things go. The Imp will promote up and get some cool attacks as well. So this unit is kind of an experiment, and I made 2 of them, so it's, you know, double it. Indy is another name of a named character, so I gave you your own unit, and I mean, 3 physical attacks in the front row might be better than 2 ninjutsus, but we'll see. This is Gilbert's unit. I'm actually going to switch this over to Hawkman's unit probably once he promotes. He can't lead a group yet, but I will give it to him once he promotes. This is also Cloudy. I think this was the one that used to have the flying unit, but he did specifically request to be a pumpkin, and I happen to have the ability to recruit pumpkins and promote them into Halloweens, so he gets 2 chances to half enemies' HP. So I figured this unit is kind of an experiment. I've definitely never made a group like this before, so we're going to see how that works. Should be interesting. The last 2 units are pretty cool. We've got vampires and witches, and this group has werewolves. You can recruit these, actually, once you've got, a vampire first. With the Blood Kiss item, which is one of our random drops we've picked a couple up of, well, a few up actually, you take a knight, so just a plain old knight, like we've got quite a few of over here, these guys. Use the item on them and they become vampires, and then if you're careful, you can lower their alignment because you want them to be low alignment. They're going to fight at night. And then the vampires as a leader can actually just recruit werewolves automatically. You just pay for them and they join your group out of town. So you can find them in the wild in Lake Janina, or you can just get a vampire if you get a Blood Kiss, and you can just make as many werewolves as you want. On the other hand, the other group, this is led by Geist, has Tigermen, which are probably the rarest unit in the game. This is the unit that Sirius was, and to get it, I believe you need a fighter, not promoted to anything, to be killed by a Tigerman, and Sirius is the only one until way later in the game. And you have to be killed by him, and then you have a chance of turning into a Tigerman. Or, the way I did it, if you get lucky, and because I did so much random battling, there's an item you can use called Full Moon. This is different than Moonbeam turns it to night, Sunshine turns it to day. Full Moon, if you use, I think at night only, but you have to be in a map with a unit that's not full. So say a group that has 1 leader and nothing else in it. You use the Full Moon item on them, and they will get a Were-Tiger to join your group. It's actually kind of hard, like, to figure out. I had to look at Google to really figure it out. Beast does, I think, the same thing, but you get a random monster if you're lucky, which is generally something you've already got anyway. I might be able to get a mermaid out of it, but I'm not going to risk, like, it was just random messing around. The other items in here, I think you've all seen before. I guess I could show you the text. Summons a Were-Tiger, but it doesn't really tell you how it works. And you find out something inside the egg. Joker is a random tarot card. Dowser, Merchant. I think you've seen all of these items before. So nothing to worry about that. Same weapons and armor. I got this pearl from Deneb, so I will sell this. There's nothing else you can do with it, so we might as well get money. And the Stone of Dragos is how we are going to turn Beastmasters into Dragon Tamers one day. I've got quite a few of them. Quite lucky on those drops. I only got 1 Undead Staff. I was hoping to get more than 1, but I got 1, and that's just what I got. So, normally... Oh, there's actually... Hold on. Before I do that, we have some normal change classes. So, at level 10, your wizards can become mages. This is our first, like, second tier class. And at this point, the mage's alignment doesn't really matter because he has no... Well, unless you want to switch him back to fighter and then into something else. But as long as you're just going to leave him as a mage, the alignment and charisma no longer really matter. Now, the alignment still affects your battle efficiency during night and day. But other than that, class-wise, this is as high as it goes. Normally, in the normal game, without modifying it, what you would use is an undead staff, and there's a couple you'll get in the course of the game. You'll generally get 2 or 3, and if you're lucky, you'll get a random drop or 2. Normally, they don't turn into liches, though. You would need to turn them into a sorcerer with the staff, and then you use an undead ring on the sorcerer to turn them into a lich, which is one of the most powerful units in the game. Now, The Liches are actually nerfed a little bit in this patch because traditionally a mage has 1 AoE damage everything's back row magic. A sorcerer would have 2 hit-alls, and a lich would have 3 hit-alls. So the best possible group would usually have 2 liches in the back row and another class you haven't seen yet. But we're not going to do that, and hopefully I would like to get 1 or 2 more undead staffs, but I don't know if I want all of my mages to turn into liches, because that might be a little bit overpowered. The other thing liches are really good for is they have incredibly good resistances, so most things will do like 2 or 3 damage to them, unless it's a white element, which there isn't too many. And unlike undead, they won't be one-shot by healing. So they still have to take damage from something like my personal attack. The missile attack is Holy Element. That would do a lot of damage to the Lich. And they can also recruit some cool units, which we'll see in the next battle. Alright, let's finish promoting these other wizards up quick. I can't turn them into Liches right now, but it might happen, and I'll probably prioritize the people who are named, just because that's the way it works. Maybe the leaders as well, because it's harder to kill a Lich, and you don't want your team leaders to die. Okay, also of note, apparently at level 9, a Golem can promote to a Rock Golem. This is part of the mod again, so don't count on this in the vanilla game. It's probably not possible. And that turns him into 4 hits in the front row. So, oops, a little bit too far back. Taking up more time than I was planning. I'm trying to rush now. This Golem is only level 8, so 1 more level up and he can get 4 hits in the front row like an octopus. That's pretty cool. And he also got mountain movement there, which is possibly better than planes, I don't know. There's also, I think, while I'm here, the dragons. I didn't level them up. I just figured I'd show you guys. So, a neutral aligned dragon can turn into a red dragon, which has 3 bites or 3 fires. So we had our high alignment dragons get 3 bites and 3 cold, and that's the high alignment, and the neutral alliance neutral gets fire and bite. Pretty much standard. Alright, so you may have noticed in our items, there were some other things I had. So, the blood, this is the blood kiss, that's how we turned a knight into a vampire, no problem there. And this thing turns pumpkins into Halloweens, that's how we got our Halloween with 2 hits. You can get these items infinitely if you spare Deneb, but I managed to get some lucky drops, so that was good. Now, I have actually had absolutely ridiculous luck on Undead Ring and Crown drops. Too many, actually. The only reason I'm okay with this is that witches will use them now, and I'm going to try to get some evil dragons at some point. So I will be able to use them up on multiple different types of classes. Although they no longer apply to the male sorcerers, you don't need them anymore. But we can use them on witches, which is a secret, and the dragons. But the crown is the other ultimate item, and I guess I'll use it because the last battle, I was thinking about it between episodes. The last battle went not terribly well, to be honest, and I thought I was going to be overpowered. Where am I trying to go here? We want to change class. We need an Amazon. Actually, hold on. I'm doing this all wrong. First off, Amazons can't be the team leader, so you have to unlead like that. And then you unpromote them back down to Amazon. And then we go to the item. Sorry for all the fiddly around, but this is kind of fun. I want to show it on camera. So you take a royal crown. It mentions you should probably use it on an Amazon. And just like that, bam, we got Princess. Now, I think I explained it before briefly, but these are, with the Lich, probably the most powerful units in the game. They get white elemental attacks, which is pretty good, and Starlight is an AoE, like a mage gets an AoE magic. The thing is, though, that's only the small part. The big part is what happens if you turn them into the leader of a group. So, now, you might be noticing the numbers are a little bit different on their group here. Everyone else in that group, including the princess, gets +1 to their attacks per round. So our knights now get 3 hits, our cleric gets 3 heals, 3 lightnings, and 2 AoE lightnings. So they are definitely better than a mage or a sorcerer. And honestly, a group with a princess and 2 liches and something, whatever you want in the front row, is kind of unstoppable. I probably won't be making any groups like that, because it's just, I would just use that one group to kill everything, and I think that's too much. So I'll be trying to spread the OP classes around. I like having my princesses in the middle. So let's quickly, I'm going to do that to 2 more groups. The ones that have, Valkyries. So because I had so many, trying to talk and rush here. Because I had so many crowns, we're actually able to have a lot of princesses if I wanted. I'm probably not going to go more than like 3. Like 3 is a lot of princesses. You'd be lucky to get more than 1 or 2 normally. So I think 3 is fine. I might add a 4th one day if we need it. But the thing is, this is going to make our good units kind of way more powerful than our evil units. Just because those guys are so amazing, really. So, Guy, you're now a princess. And Badam, you're also a princess. Hope you enjoy. And with that, we'll just do a quick rearrange. And we'll get started on the next map. Probably do a longer episode today. Try to get like halfway through the next map, just so we get some progress. Also, I wanted to mention, by having Canopus in this unit, it definitely makes the group weaker. It would be much stronger with another Valkyrie, eventually a Muse, or a Mage, or a Doll Mage, or something like that. Canopus is like the Eaglemen are one of the weaker small units for sure. But I figured a low sky good unit would be okay. Okay, so that's all for that. Like I said, sorry for spending a lot of time here, but I wanted to show you guys the promotion and sort of explain stuff. I could sell these if I need to, but we'll hold. I hate to get rid of them. I don't want to overuse them, and I don't want to sell them, so we're just gonna hold on to them. Anyway, Slums of Zenobia. Let's start the next map. At least get some progress today. 20 minutes in before we start. Days Long Gone. I think we got new music. It's kind of like a boss area. Also, okay, phase 2 of the Let's Play for today. I covered the unit stuff. Now, look at that reputation. That is terrible. I think I mentioned on the last episode or 2 what my plan was, so it's not a spoiler or anything. My job is to not liberate too many cities. I need to save these until after I recruit Deneb. I'm going to leave my reputation low, recruit Deneb, and then hopefully go back and revisit a bunch of maps and up the reputation to, like, I need to get up to like the 2/3 mark, which is a long way up. And then we can recruit all the good characters. So anyway, this map is kind of cool. It looks straightforward, but there's a new feature that you've never seen before, unless you played the game. These are walls, and our ground units cannot walk through them at all, and neither can the enemies. Our flyers can fly over. If you're low sky or high sky, you can go straight across it. But a normal land unit, plain, mountain, swamp, water, doesn't matter. You can't jump over a wall, and there's a wall here as well. So my plan will be to probably liberate a temple here and hold it out. So as enemies come towards us, this will be our forward line of defense. And I'm going to need to liberate this one because secrets, there's maybe a character we can recruit. And I think there's one on an island here that has someone else I can recruit. I'm going to try to save about half of the towns. I think there's also a town up here on one of these islands. And there's either a treasure, there's a town here. I'm going to ignore this one for sure. There's some treasure back here too, somewhere. But anyways, suffice to say, I'm trying not to liberate everything. So first step, I'm going to send someone up to liberate there. So, deploy someone who can fly. Let's take, not Scarlet, who is it? Badam. There you go. So we're going to send Badam up here to recruit. Hopefully, I'm not sure if my reputation is so low that this is going to cause a problem. I don't think this one requires reputation, though. And then we're going to deploy... Well, I guess everyone wants to see the princesses in action. So we'll deploy whichever one this is. Gonna try to speed the deployment up a little bit here. No, we're probably not gonna use healing much. Kid, Scar. I'll send my 2 princess units up. I'll leave my unit to defend the base. And I will also deploy a couple evil units for Knight. I want to see how... Yeah, I want to see how these guys do. Wow, they're expensive. So this is my undead unit. We'll test them out at night, so I'll leave them kind of back. And I'll also test out the this guy. Another flyer, but it's an evil flyer. So I'll try to let those 2 units fight at night, see how they do, consider rearranging stuff in the future. Now, I also should keep in mind, yeah, we need to be making at least 20k a day, or actually running out of money is really bad. Your units undeploy as you run out of money. It's pretty bad. Speed things up a little bit till we get some action. Yeah, so we'll leave. Actually, I don't think you need to liberate a temple with a high alignment unit, but I figured I might as well. Liberation! I'd be okay to gain a little bit of reputation here, but I don't want it to go up too much. I want to save it. Sure, plus alignment for the group, that's fine. The gates around Castle Zenobia have been closed to stop the rebels' attack. Only a flying unit will be able to get over those walls. What to do, what to do. Oh, one thing, I do apologize, because I'm going to have to skip a lot of liberating, we're not going to be able to see all of the story. Like, I'm going to miss out on some dialogue. But we'll come back and liberate them later, and, you know, we'll get something at least. Okay, so there's your princess, and we're fighting against enemy griffins, but I'm not too worried. We'll pick weak. No, I'll pick strong, because I don't want to kill the leader. I want to kill the griffins. Now, I don't expect any of those units to be particularly weak to Holy Element. But, oh, wow. Those griffins barely did anything. Griffins are terrible. I knew it. Griffins are just not very good. My griffin was bad. These griffins are pretty bad as well. There's no reason my knights up front should be taking no damage. They're just... The griffins are not good. Speed through this a little bit. So I imagine the princess will... Okay, well, we could have spread our attacks out so the starlight hit the griffin as well, but we've got 2 more melees and 1 more lightning bolts. Ah, I was thinking we were going to have enough attacks to wipe this group out. And we were very close. But we're at full HP and we basically wiped them out. So, who was that? That was Guy, I think? Good work, Guy. No, you're at full... It must have been Scarlet, because you've got some experience. Good work, Scarlet. The princess units are pretty crazy. As awesome as you guys are going to be, I have to make sure I don't overuse you. I'm going to have to make sure I spread it out. I don't want to give the princesses... You know what I might end up doing? I'll think about it. But I might end up giving the princess units 1 large enemy, or 1 large monster, just to sort of balance how powerful they are. Because the +1 attack to 4 other units, or, well, +1 attack to 5 units is really, really strong. That's the Ianuki, and you got to see the evil samurai take some damage thanks to his attack. Alright, now that we've hit that, we can focus on weak. I like it when the princess goes earlier in the turn order, or whoever's AoE primarily. And, yeah, if you've got a princess leading a squad, a powerful attack like the Ianuki also gets done twice rather than just once per battle, which is a really powerful combo as well, in case you're wondering. But usually you want more AoEs if you can set it up. Put a princess with a couple liches and it's just too much. Oh, that's what I have to do. Once it's night, I need to deploy Phantom to get the rest of his squad. Alright, I don't think the enemy will go up to this town. I can probably leave it undefended, but... I'm not 100%. You're welcome, town. Anytime. Please tell me I get the good dialogue here. My name is Ash, an old man who is ready to die. I've been imprisoned in this castle for 20 years now. I'm really old and I barely know how to hold my sword. I never thought I'd see the light of day again. Thank you. So, you're the rebels I've heard about. I'm sorry you had to find me at my grave. How about it? Would you be willing to let me join you? You betcha, old man. So, we got ourselves a new unit. You do need to be careful, actually. I figured this might be a good time to mention it. Notice at the top of the screen it says Army 80 and number 19. 19 is how many squads we have. The game has a maximum of 25. So if you want to recruit a plot character like Ash, you need to have a slot ready. So less than 25. You need 24 or less total squads. And you must have enough, like the total army size max is 100. So whatever his unit is, you have to have room for it. If I had 99 guys, I couldn't have this group join. Now, I am going to just toss his extra knights and his extra golem, I think. But we will keep Ash, and I'll try to get his alignment a little bit better. But his stats will be better than the average knight by quite a lot. So, strength 96. So, 96, 89, 76. Just quickly here. Oops, one more. So he's probably going to replace Ironside because he's got like plus 20 to 30 on all his stats. And I'll just make my non-princess unit because a princess can't lead my unit. I'll give my group the really powerful characters. The princesses don't need them. They're already too good. Alright, 30 minutes, hey. Well, we'll try to clear out a couple more units. I'd like to at least see the night battle for a bit before I end this episode. Alright, well this guy is dead. Just go home, you're dead. You know, I could also check what the enemy levels are. I think I know. Level 7, level 8. I think the lowest we'll see is level 7, and the highest will be 9 or 10. So, like, you don't want... If you want to keep your units high alignment, you don't want them to over-level. So, like, they're already level 8 thanks to my off-camera alignment farming. I don't really want to let them get to level 9 or 10, or at least... not by much, because you could potentially start losing alignment. Although, like I've explained on the previous episode, if you have 100 alignment, it is quite difficult to lose it, but you still want to be careful if you can. So if, in case you're wondering, Starlight, once we're fighting groups of like undead or evil units, it will just tear them apart. One of the reasons the princesses are so amazing is they, I mean, a lot of the enemies are evil, so they just destroy them once they finally run into them. Let's try to leave the leader alone if we can and focus on the griffins, or the cockatrice, sorry. I don't think it's happened yet. Oh, there you go. I was just going to say, eventually the front row cockatrice is going to be able to petrify someone. And that turns them into a crystal and they can't attack. It also kills undead if I remember correctly. But we'll talk more about killing undead. Oh, we almost killed them all. We'll talk about that in a bit. Now, that goes away as soon as the battle's over, so don't worry about it too much. In case you're wondering, I guess I could show you this too. This is what a vampire looks like during the day. It gets no attacks. And this is your Lycan. I think it's supposed to have an L and it's just a mod patch error. But they can fight, but they're basically just fighters during the day with probably better stats, but 2 attacks. At least we have a witch, so theoretically we could sort of stun lock a group during the day and then maybe get away. I have a feeling I'm going to need like more good units up here because those 2 princess units are going to get too many kills and level up. But we'll see. Actually, I have an idea. I know when I would like to cut this video, and I'm going to aim for that if I can. And it'll make sense if you know this map, you'd probably know what I'm talking about. But I have a natural cut that I could use. Alright, so seeing as these guys are level 9, I'm going to say, Scarlet, you did a good job. Now back off so you don't over-level. And I am, like, pretty sure that the enemy won't send it. Yeah, I don't think they'll send anyone up to that northeast city. I think we'll be safe to leave it. And then we're going to lose all our reputation and fail the game, probably. Alright, so this one's got a Dollmaster. Dollmaster is a great matchup for the Princess. Probably better than an Amazon at the moment. It's physical damage rather than magical, but 2 AoEs instead of 1 AoE is... Oh, it doubles the effectiveness of our Doll Mage. So who we target doesn't really matter. We can't focus any of the back row units down, so we'll probably end up killing the leader. Well, we'll definitely kill the leader. The trick is whether we have enough hits to kill the worm. Which we probably will. This is a really strong unit. Although they're doing some good damage. If they hadn't got those 2 misses, we would have had a knight die there. But I mean, look, just... I love it. I want to remind you guys, I don't want to make overpowered units. So, as much as it looks like the princesses are just crushing everything, this is only going to work during the daytime. At nighttime, the really high alignment will mean they'll do much less damage. The extra attacks is still great. But, maybe I think 3 will be my limit for princesses. And like I said, if they really just keep steamrolling everything, I'll try to rebalance the squads. So, they don't have quite as overpoweringly unit. I don't mean to make one unit that wins everything. It's just the way the game is made. Princesses are too good. And because I did all that farming, I probably have too many. But isn't it great? Don't you guys love just wiping the enemies out like they're nothing? Alright, good work. Oh no, hold on. This guy is... Alright, I was wrong. They are smart enough to go for this northeast town. Whatever the name of it is. Bayreuth. How am I doing for, like, income? Oh, I definitely lose money at the current projection. Let's have Guy back up. It's dusk, so I don't think... I'm not sure I think it's specifically when it's dark rather than orange. Geist unit will look fine. So let's send Indies up front and we'll see how he does. This is one of the units that I'm really not sure if it's going to be any good. It won't be as strong as the Princess, but I'm hoping they're not terrible. Because I'd like to have a couple evil units with, you know, ninjas and stuff. And ninjas and... I like to show off all the units if I can. Alright, so we got all kinds of new guys you've never seen before. I guess we'll focus on strong to get it, so we don't just chase them away, basically. No healer. I don't like having no healers. I think the Imp is kind of the weakest link on this group as well. Because he doesn't have... Well, it's kind of like the Birdman. He doesn't really have a... He's not very strong for a small character, for a small unit. So we got Katon. We got Nightmare from the Imp. The ninjas get to choose from the fire, lightning, and water, so they can pick out the element that the Griffins are weak against, which is cool. I mean, we did pretty good, right? It might not be as strong as the Princess, but that was fine, actually. No problem there. We're gonna see how the Princess unit does at night here. Maybe we'll also test out Gilbert's. I don't know if he can even make it in time if he needs to, but I kind of want to see how the Halloween group does, so. For science, right? Alright, unfortunately this guy's running away, which kind of delays the battle. I don't want to delay the battle. Now, I expect, simply due to our class picks, this is still going to be a piece of cake, but this is Canopus's unit, so it's kind of weaker than the other ones. It's not as strong as, say, the one with the Doll Mage. Ooh, that was not promising. Canopus, you're terrible. Alright, at least Starlight does some reasonable damage. Ah, yeah, that's that 100. So, I mean, I think this is proving that in the last battle where the Griffins really seemed terrible, and I was worried about the Griffins specifically, I think it's This is your proof that alignment counts a lot. And if you're going to have 100 alignment units, you should probably back them up with some zeros so that this doesn't happen and you lose your town. Hopefully we did enough damage because of the extra attacks. Yeah. So we still managed to deal enough damage to push them back. But that wasn't great. And they got Cockatrice. They get that AoE from the back row. It's going to be interesting. We're going to send Scarlet back to base. Alright, wish me luck here. I think this fight should be fine. We'll probably wipe this group. Well, I say wipe. Maybe. Try to finish off one of the Griffins at least. Yeah, we'll probably be able to kill one of the Griffins. They've got a pretty poor group composition in general. The Knight in the back only gets a single attack. And the Griffins aren't amazing physical attackers. They're no dragons. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, he actually might be... No, he's not going to be stuck. He's going to be slow because he's lost his flyers. He actually won't be able to attack again. Like, I was thinking he might get stuck inside the wall. He couldn't attack us again, I don't believe, but he'll probably just walk back and revive his Griffins unless we chase him down. I would like to chase him down, though. Okay, so again, I don't really want to kill the leader unless I have to. That's 120 damage they just did in one hit. I think they're going to win this one. Also, turning our magic dealer, damage dealer, to stone further inhibits our damage. Yeah, we're going to lose this fight. I think if the healer casts heal on someone who's petrified, they will be revived back into their human form. Alright, I think I did it again. I'm gonna lose my town. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea. I just thought of a genius idea. Alright, sure. We'll go with weak. It'll be fine. Oof, my guys are taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna lose my brutes here. Ooh, or maybe they're gonna get lucky. Not lucky enough. Come on, guys. Stop taking so much damage. You're supposed to be awesome. The Dark Knights, I think, have good resistances, but maybe brutes not so much. Well, I still have enough... Actually, okay, hold on. We're at a temple right now. Yeah, it's cheaper than a revive potion, so... There you go. Unfortunately, that means he loses 60 experience or so. I'm gonna want to try out my my wearer unit. So let's move them up. And what I can do, and I always forget stuff like this, but this is the kind of smart you should expect from this channel. Warp a single unit to any freed town or temple. As long as I use this before we lose it, right? I don't know if I've ever used these in a useful situation before. Alright, that's how to make boots good. Cool. That's some pro strats there. Alright, so yeah, I think Gilbert should be fine. That's really useful, actually. I need to find somewhere you can buy boots, because we should definitely have more of those. Alright, so we're going to focus on strong, and that way the Halloween will do the most possible damage to it. Whoever he targets, he'll do a lot of damage. That's not so bad. There we go. 46 damage from a single hit. Not bad. And then you miss on his second one. Well, that's alright, Cloudy. Could be worse. Like, you could be Hawkman up front doing 2 damage. At least we did enough. I was starting to wonder. Alright, Geist, it's your turn. So we've got some stupid Hawkmen. I'm sure you'll be fine. Let's see what vampires are like. And I think this is the one with Tigermen. So, we got some cool Tigermen, and we got some really cool looking vampires in the back row. These guys, I think, are going to get crushed. I'm going to focus on strong. Also, stunning them will help. That's awesome. So, Evil Ring. Oh, look at that! Dark magic AoEs. Now, if I put vampires in the front row, they actually get a HP stealing attack. It's just called Life Suck. But, I thought some back row dark magic would be appropriate. It's probably not the strongest unit ever built, but I like it. That's cool. I've never made a unit like that before, so that's cool. With no healers, with no magic, you have to be careful. With no clerics or anything, that's what I mean. But, alright, these guys are toast. There's no way. Well, they could petrify everyone that needs to do attacks, and then we could miss all the ending attacks that kill people, but we'll see. Alright, we need to finish something off. Actually, I think we're going to kill the leader before the Griffin. Oh, no. We're gonna kill nothing! Hip hip hooray. My goal is to turn this unit into an evil unit. So if they get a few extra kills, that's okay. And trying to monitor people to make sure they're not running away. If they run away, I want to chase them down and finish them off. This is basically my plan. So I expect, that's not bad. You know, I'm usually not a fan of witches, but, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind about witches on this Let's Play and decide that they're actually pretty awesome. I'm starting to really like this unit, though. This is looking like a really nice knight unit. Although, speaking of knight units, I do have something to show you pretty soon. Maybe I'll save it for next episode, though. A certain evil lich has a new unit to build up soon. Oh, we're not even actually in town right now with this. Oh, it's because I left, right. I'm chasing them down. Yeah, the Halloween unit is not going to do amazing once the enemies are almost dead. You probably want to leave it on strong if you want him to be effective. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? So we didn't even finish it off, and it's probably going to be able to run away. Because it'll move as fast as we can, because it's all griffins. Oh, that is insane. Gee whiz. Terrible, terrible game. Alright, well, we'll zip through this one. This should be a piece of cake. Ooh. I have a feeling were-tigers have really good resistances, given how little damage they're taking. And Sirius, you know, he seemed to have pretty good defense, too, so I don't think it's just me. Not bad. We didn't get the wipe, but we did good. I would like to chase that one down if possible, but I don't know. I guess I don't have to worry about Gilbert catching this one. Maybe Indy could handle it if he's quick enough. This is not the way I wanted this to work out. That guy is not going to take the town, but I don't know. We'll see. It's not going the way I wanted. I should have deployed more units, but I was trying to save money. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Iainuki. It does a lot of damage, guys. It's not joking around. But we do have the princess power. Can't stop the power puff. There we go. You heal yourself up, buddy. Alright, I was worried for nothing. You guys are fine. Good wipe. Now, you've got to level up already, too. Good, full moon. That's the one to get a were-tiger. See? I'm not doing any grinding at all, and we would have got a were-tiger right there. It's not that hard. It's just random luck. Random dumb luck. I'd like to return them to base and switch them with some new party, but they need to stay until this unit is dead. And this unit, well, it's not going to catch anything, so I should just get them to heal up, I guess, and defend. I suppose this has been a pretty long episode. Like I said, I should cut it here. I am concerned about the money situation. We're probably going to need to liberate 1 or 2 more towns, just for money. Maybe one of these maps I'll liberate everything and just let some time travel by so I can make some money before I try to recruit Deneb. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but anyway, I should end the episode. Next time we will finish this map off. I was hoping I could get to a good split point, but it'll be fine. Next episode, more excitement, and also I'm going to show you Warren's new special unit for sure. I promise. Alright folks, hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.